AITA for clarifying that an iced coffee is cold by you/floodums. The family and I stopped at Dunkies for some morning beverages. When placing our order, my wife asked for an iced latte. The person taking our order then asked if she wanted that hot or cold. I interrupted the exchange to say, an iced latte is cold. I immediately got the death stare from my wife, and I'm sure the employee saw it, and I didn't say anything else. Afterward, my wife yelled at me for being so rude. I defended my case by saying her job was to take your order. When someone orders an iced drink, it isn't necessary to immediately ask if they want it hot or cold, so she must not have been paying attention. I also reminded her that I am a smartass by nature, and I didn't really mean anything by it. To support her side, you could see a downshift in the employee's upbeat attitude afterward. I think I could have diffused the situation at the time, but my wife reacted so quickly that I didn't have a chance to follow up with I'm just messing with ya. And I think she certainly did deserve to be messed with. But I wasn't trying to ruin her morning, so look, am I the asshole?
The first thing I want to say is this guy already sucks. Afterward, my wife yelled at me for being so rude. Using language like yelled, I highly doubt that his wife raised her voice and yelled at him for being rude. He's just being sensitive because he was being a dick and she called him out on it.
I think you are onto something that I see so much. I've caught myself doing it. When people are being admonished, they're being told that what they did is wrong. They almost always characterize what the other person is doing as yelling, and it almost
never
is.
Yelling.
Yeah, I don't even think it would play if the wife was yelling at him, right? Like, that was so rude. That's crazy. Yeah. That's not what happened.
That's not what happened. I'd like to talk for a second about what it's like to work in a coffee shop. I've worked in several. I worked in chains that are really popular. I've worked in little small shops where I'm the only employee on staff at any given time. I've been doing this a long time. I'm good at my job. I do latte art. I'm clean. I'm efficient. I'm fast. You know, that's like most of the common compliments I get. But when people order stuff from me, sometimes they mumble or it's loud. There's the dishwasher running. There's music playing. There's other people talking. There's dishes clanging. So somebody could say they want an iced latte and I could just hear the latte part and I will ask again. That's part of what the barista's job is to make sure you get the order right in the first place. Sometimes I'll have to ask multiple times. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I know you just told me, but I need you to tell me again. The barista knows that an iced latte is cold. Everybody knows that ice is cold. Tell me one person that doesn't think ice is cold. No one. All right. So that guy knew he was being an asshole.
As a comedian, sometimes there's an amazing ability where you're like, there's a joke, I could swing, and you just jump on it because, you know, if you don't, you're losing that one moment where it's going to be gone forever.
I agree. Sometimes you swing. Sometimes you miss. This was a miss. Own the miss.
Yes.
You don't get to throw your hands up in the air and be like, oh, I didn't mean it. Well, you said it and it hurt someone. It had an effect. So that's it. You're responsible. Out to Dry CLT writes, absolutely. If this poor woman was stressed or overtired, it's possible the admittedly stupid question popped out of her mouth as a reflex. Give your service industry folks a break. So could that be a thing, Jenny? This girl just automatically is just like, latte hot or cold, latte hot or cold, latte hot or cold. You know, it's gotten into her memory where she just does it.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, also, I think people forget that service industry people are people and that things happen in people's lives. It takes a lot of energy to be a really good service industry person.
Right.
To smile and be friendly and get everything right and do it on time.
Right.
It takes a lot of mental and emotional energy. And he says that she deserved to be messed with, which makes me super angry. I just don't think that anybody deserves to be messed with. No stranger deserves to be messed with.
Well, yeah, she didn't do anything wrong. I mean, maybe you could argue that she asked an unnecessary question, but as you pointed out, that could just as easily be a double check. You want to make sure you got the order right.
Yeah. Like, oh, you meant you want a cold one, right? You know, like, I just want to make sure, you know, especially like in the summer, it's usually the opposite because people will say a latte and I'm like, you want a hot latte or a cold latte?
Right. He's roasting her for doing a double check. It's ridiculous.
He's roasting her for being thorough.
He's razzing. And sometimes it's fun, but you have to have a little bit of rapport. Like that needs to be your barista.
The joke didn't land. It did worse. It didn't land. It put her in a bad mood. She didn't like it because you know what? The joke implied that she did something stupid and it was condescending.
Yeah, it implied that she was stupid.
It wasn't a razzy-tazzy razzy. It was a hurtful joke.
Yeah.
That's what it turned into. It
Yes.
might have been intended as a razz.
It seems like it was a razz.
She just wanted to take your order and move on.
AKA Thirder writes, I haven't worked at a pizza place in 22 years, but I still have to consciously stop myself from answering the phone without the pizzeria greeting. See, these things get stuck in people's heads, you know, so cut them some slack. By the way, if I call my friend and they're like, thank you for calling Tony's Pizza, I'm ordering pizza. Huh?
Yeah, and you better bring it to me or we're not friends anymore.
I answer the phone like I'm at a real business still. Like I go, Lucas Connolly speaking.
I never got that treatment, but of course I don't.
Do you call him on the phone?
No, when we call, he's like, I'm sorry. That's the first thing he says.
Gemini Love CA writes, you have no idea the number of stupid requests the person behind the counter may have gotten in the past. So yeah, they may have asked just to clarify.
That sounds ridiculous, but there's a very real chance that somebody, even like earlier in the day, had asked for an iced latte and then been like, wait, this is cold.
Let me get a mocha chai, a frappuccino, 2 sugars, light syrup. Can you do a little dance, do a spin? Because I like that's the stereotype of every Starbucks order.
It's
and
true.
then they're like, where's the ice?
No ice? I ordered it hot. So why is there no ice?
Nobody knows how to order coffee. And it's not just people's fault. It's honestly coffee's fault. You go to one coffee shop and order a cortado and go to another coffee shop and order a cortado, and they're going to be completely different drinks. And if you ask the baristas at each of them how to make a cortado, they're going to be like, oh, this is the right way. There might be a rule book somewhere that says what everything's supposed to be, but nobody adheres to it. So it's just way better to double check and just be clear when somebody, like if somebody orders something and it's not, you don't really know what it is, you just be like, I need to know exactly what you think you're ordering.
Son of a Resi quotes OP, who says, I am a smartass by nature. And he says, this quote tells me everything I need to know about how the interaction went down. YTA, being a smartass isn't something to be proud of. Knock it off. I 100% agree. Being a smartass isn't playful or fun or original or unique or risk-taking, dude. What's the classic smartass joke? Ask me if you can go to the bathroom.
Can I go to the bathroom?
I don't know, can you?
That's being a smartass. It's like, okay, you stupid fuck. I gotta
Right.
take a shit. And now I'm gonna take a shit on
Right.
your California king size bed, and I'm gonna rub my diarrhea into your goose down feathers, you stupid fuck.
That went way farther than I thought it was
also
going
had
to.
real details.
I know. That
Seems
sounds like
it's a
that really
crime.
happened to you.
Boxer Blake writes, NTA, you made a simple factual statement, though it may have a bit of tone to it. See, this is the kind of smart ass.
This guy's an asshole too.
I'm ready to kill this guy. This is like this hyper literalist attitude that I see sometimes. I see it on the group. I see it in the subreddit. Like saying some facts is offensive. Like if right now, for instance, I randomly say like, I don't know, Lucas needs to see a dentist. Oh, I'm just advising for Lucas's health. You guys want it really quiet and I'm
Well, I mean, because honestly, like, I feel like you are close enough to Lucas that if you were worried about his dental health, it would like not be inappropriate
I
for you
care
to
too
say
much.
it.
I
No,
care too
yeah, like
much.
if you're like an actual good friend, it'd be more
Right.
like be like for me if you like told Lucas that like you were worried about like my heart because it looks like I gained a couple.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Listen, but it's a factual statement.
Dude, I'm really worried about Jenny's heart. AITA for clarifying that an iced coffee is cold. We all agree. You're the asshole.